let's be honest, half of you aren't losing because your team is bad. You're losing because your formation has the defensive awareness of a potato. You score 1 goal, your opponent kicks off, 3 passes later, boom, 2-1. I've been there too, especially this season. But after trying dozens of formations, I found 2 that consistently get me results in Division 1. Not gimmicks, not formations that only work against beginners. These are formations you can actually climb with. The first one is this absolutely disgusting 4-2-1-3 long ball counter formation. Let's break it down. The first thing you'll notice is balance. You've got 3 attackers, an attacking midfielder pulling the strings, 2 defensive midfielders protecting the defense, and a back 4 that isn't constantly asking God for help. This formation does everything well. It defends well, counters quickly, creates overloads, and unlike some formations, you're not defending with just vibes. Now, let's start with the attack. I use 2 centre forwards and 1 shadow striker. Now, here's where people mess up. They put 3 goal poachers together. Congratulations, you've just created a traffic jam. You want different player profiles. 1 striker should attack space, the other can hold the ball and finish. Then your shadow striker becomes the glue. He'll drop deep, create chances, make late runs. Basically, he's that friend that somehow does everyone's assignment. For your 2 centre forwards, use goal poachers, and for your shadow striker, use a hole player or a deep lying forward. Now, your midfield. The AMF is your CEO. Everything runs through him. You need someone with excellent passing, good dribbling, tight possession, and vision. Every counter-attack starts here. Receive, turn, release, simple. Best playstyles for your AMF is a hole player or a creative playmaker, but a hole player is a better choice here. Next, the double DMF. Here you need balance. 1 DMF should be your bodyguard. His job, win the ball. Break legs, okay, maybe not literally. He also intercepts through balls. Destroyer or anchorman works well here. The second DMF should be your calm passer. An orchestrator or box-to-box here is fine. 1 destroys, 1 distributes. Batman and Alfred, you need both. Now your defense. For the back line, use 1 destroyer and 1 build-up defender. That combination is perfect. The destroyer moves up and attacks incoming strikers, while the build-up defender covers. You can also use 2 build-up defenders here. It works too. But your defenders must be tall with good speed, defending and physical abilities. Now your fullbacks, don't get greedy. Personally, I prefer defensive fullbacks here. Or if you have no defensive fullbacks, use attacking fullbacks with defending instructions on them. This way they don't overlap too much. If you're good defensively, use 1 offensive fullback. If you're still learning or scared, use defensive fullbacks. Now, how do you actually play this formation? Here's how you should actually play. Win possession, find your AMF, watch your forwards. Someone will make the run. Wait, and now play the pass. Your timing matters more than the pass itself. Now, the next formation. So, the next formation we're talking about is the 3-2-3-2. And guys, I know what you're thinking.
3 defenders? Bro, I'm not touching that.
But honestly, yes, this formation is a little harder to use. You need to already have some decent defensive ability, knowing when to press, when to hold your position, and most importantly, when not to drag your CBs out. But if you can defend properly, there's no need to be scared, because in the right hands, this formation is absolutely insane. So without wasting so much time, let's get into it. Let's start with the 2 center forwards. For your 2 strikers, I recommend using either a goal poacher and a deep lying forward, or you can simply go with 2 goal poachers. I also highly recommend using at least 1 tall striker with the bullet header skill, because that can be really important in this formation, especially when you're trying to take advantage of crosses and aerial balls. But the most important thing is that these 2 players need to complement each other. You don't just want 2 good strikers, you want 2 strikers whose playing styles work together and give you different options in attack. Now, right behind those 2 strikers, we have the AMF, and this guy is basically the brain of the formation, because this is the player connecting your midfield to your attack. You want your AMF to constantly find those little spaces between the opponent's midfield and defense. receive the ball, turn, and immediately look for your forwards. Here I recommend using a whole player or a creative playmaker, but a whole player is best. Now let's move out to the left side. We've got the LMF. This position is extremely important because this is where a lot of the width comes from. You don't want your LMF just standing there waiting for the ball. You want him constantly moving. He can stay wide and stretch the opponent's defense. Or he can come inside and combine with the AMF and the strikers. This is especially useful when your opponent is defending very centrally. If everybody is sitting in the middle, don't keep forcing the ball through the middle. Just give it to your LMF. Let him carry the ball forward, and suddenly the opponent has to move across. Now you've created space somewhere else. For your LMF, any compatible playstyle works here, but I prefer using cross specialists or very fast attacking fullbacks with good crossing abilities. And of course we have the RMF on the other side, and this guy has basically the same responsibility. But here's something important. Don't forget about your opposite side. A lot of players will attack down one side repeatedly until the opponent basically parks a bus there. Instead, use the RMF and LMF to switch the play. If your opponent is completely focused on your left side, switch it to the right, and vice versa. And this is one of the reasons I really like having these wide midfielders in this formation. They give you an escape route. You're not forced to attack through the middle every single time. You've got options. Now, we've got the two DMFs, and these two are extremely important because while everybody else is having fun attacking, somebody has to actually defend. Ideally, you want some balance here. I'd recommend having one defensive-minded player, preferably an anchorman, who stays back and protects the three centre-backs. Then your other DMF can have a little more freedom to move forward and help with the build-up. A box-to-box or an orchestrator works here. And finally, we get to the back three. Now, this is probably the part of the formation that scares people the most. Because, let's be honest, three defenders? If you're used to playing with four at the back, this can feel like you're asking for trouble. But it doesn't have to be. The key here is player selection and positioning. Your central CB should ideally be someone who's strong, good in the air, and reliable defensively. Then you've got your two wider centre-backs. These guys need to be able to deal with attackers coming from the sides. So you don't want three slow defenders who turn like trucks. You need fast defenders who can actually recover when they're exposed. You can use a build-up defensive fullbacks or a destroyer CB here. And most importantly, don't start dragging your centre-backs out of position except when necessary. That's one of the easiest ways to destroy this formation. Stay disciplined, let your midfielders do their job. Every position has a purpose. Your two strikers give you the finishing power. Your AMF connects everything together. Your LMF and RMF provide the width. Your two DMFs give you balance. And your three CBs provide the defensive foundation. So when everything works together, you can attack through the middle, you can attack through the wings, you can play quick combinations, you can switch the ball, and you've always got two strikers waiting for that final pass. And honestly, that's what makes this formation so fun. It's not necessarily about having the highest rated players, it's about putting the right type of player in the right position. So if you're not currently using the 3-2-3-2, try this setup and let me know how it feels. And if you've used this formation before, tell me in the comments, are you actually winning with it? Or does it leave your defense looking like Swiss cheese? So guys, this is one additional formation for you. Here we have the 4-3-3 formation, and honestly, this is one of the current meta formations. If you check a lot of professional players, you'll notice that many of them are using this setup. So let me quickly explain what you should use in each position. Starting with the attack, for the two CF positions, I recommend using goal poachers. They're going to constantly make those runs behind the defense and give you options going forward. Then, for the SS position, you can use either a whole player or a deep lying forward. Both work really well here. For the two CMF positions, my preferred combination is an orchestrator and a box-to-box. You can also use an orchestrator and a creative playmaker, so you have a little flexibility here. Now, for the DMF, this is important. I highly recommend using an anchorman. I'm using my box-to-box Vieira here simply because I don't have a good anchorman on this account, but if you have one, use him. If you don't have an anchorman, you can still use an orchestrator, box-to-box, or even a destroyer depending on what works best for you. Moving to the defense, I recommend using one destroyer and one build-up centre-back. I don't have a destroyer CB on this account though, so I'm using two build-up centre-backs instead. For the left and right backs, ideally you want defensive fullbacks, but since I don't have them here, I'm using attacking fullbacks and simply putting them on defensive instructions. And finally, for the goalkeeper, I recommend an attacking goalkeeper. They work really well with this setup because they can come off their line and help deal with balls played in behind. And that's basically everything you need to know about setting up this 4-3-3. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!